Kim, no,
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
he blocked Shaquille's shot. And he was as a rookie, which was, awesome in its own right, but what was his name? You know what I'm talking about.
I know for the first few years, Patrick Ewing used to kind of own Shaquille.
Yeah,
Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo Mourning's really, yeah.
Yeah.
Shaq, you'll see people bring his name up, Charles Barkley bring up Alonzo Mourning. Shaquille get mad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't say his name.
Yeah, Alonzo Mourning used to own that guy.
Hey, Roger, is that the current female? I thought she left.
Dr. Samara from.
Huh?
Dr. Samara.
Okay. She's not the soldier then?
No.
Okay.
She's a ER physician for. UFC.
No, sorry.
Good.
Would you guys mind if we move agenda item 26 to the front? If he shows up, it's the yes.
I thought it was Sam Perron about it. They know, but he brought up Sam thing.
Yeah.
Pretty good guys. Yeah, he seems like a great guy.
Because we do have a heavy agenda load tonight, but it's all good stuff. I saw what you put.
Very nice. I see the feel the tone. Not very threatening, those pink shorts. I'm telling you right now. Don't stand up during the pledge. Take a knee. Do a, what's his name?
I didn't.
Who's guy took a knee, for
Kaepernick?
49ers? Yeah, Kaepernick.
That's a joke. That guy self-invited himself to the Jets training
Yeah?
camp. Yeah, and the Jets were like, no.
No, we're good. They're not selling seats, buddy.
Yeah,
I gotta
exactly.
sell them seats here. They get you 2 more games. I don't care if they lose.
Let's call this meeting to order. Today's Tuesday, September 19, 2023. Time is 6 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer. The United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you'd like to pray, you can bow your head. Heavenly Father, thank you for another day. Thank you for allowing us to meet here. Thank you for allowing us to serve on this board. We ask that you give this board discernment to make the right choices for our paid staff, our volunteers, and for the betterment of our community. And we ask also that you look after our paid firefighters and our volunteer firefighters as they go out and serve our community and bring comfort and pain in times, comfort in times of pain. Amen. This is short.
Bring the pen.
I know this is short.
Item number 2, establishment of a quorum. We have Commissioner Diaz, Commissioner Avalos, Commissioner Barnes, and Commissioner Glenn present. Item number 3, public must comment and notify the board to speak on certain agenda items, 5 minutes. Public can comment by calling 915-213-3008. The PIN code for this meeting is 313-229-17#. That's 915-213-3008. The PIN code is 313-229-17#. or in person but with a sign-in sheet. Consent agenda, Commissioners. Anything you would like to, item number 4, consent agenda?
I'd like to say something, Chief.
Go ahead.
Commissioners, on September 8th, a homeschool group came to the ESD, and it was about 20 to 30 kids. And they came and visited here, and then when they left here, they went over to the Socorro Firehouse, and they were able to participate in the obstacle course that the firefighters go through. They got to tour the house, they got to do all that fun stuff, see the trucks. And I just want to say that everybody from Chief Esparza, Chief Salcedo, to all the ladies here at the office, to all the firefighters at the firehouse did an amazing job. It was a great experience. The parents didn't know what the ESD was. They know what the ESD is now. And that's something that we want to get out. We want the public to know what our guys do here, what our men and women do. So I just want to say thank you, Chief. Thank you to all the ladies here. Thank you to all the firefighters. You guys did amazing. Everybody is just very grateful for what you all did. And I just want to let you know, Commissioners, they did an amazing job, and the ESD really shined that day. So thank you again. Thank you for helping those kids out. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Anything you'd like to pull out for consent agenda, Commissioners?
No, motion approved. Do you want
No,
to shuffle?
that's-
Shuffle.
No, he's not here right now.
A motion by Commissioner Barnes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Diaz. Commissioner Diaz? Commissioner Barnes?
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos?
Aye.
Commissioner Glidden?
Aye.
Motion carries. Regular agenda, item number 6, discussion on personnel matters, report by Cano HR.
Good evening.
Yes. Okay, we can hear you.
Good evening.
We also, this was announced last week, I can't remember, but we did hire the maintenance supervisor after the interview. We had more information and the president. And the anti-harassment trainings have already been done. The last ones that we have are, I believe it's the girls next on 10-3. No, I'm sorry. The people on 23rd, the girl is 10-3, and the last one is Sunday on 10-12. Those have been going really well. People have been participating, asking questions. They're there. So it's, and they have been working with us in case someone can attend. It's an actual different.
What's your feedback been on that? Any, if there's any, if any, or?
Not really. They do appreciate us going out there, especially the volunteers that are out there. Kind of their eyes kind of open. The examples that we give them,
Awesome.
because we give them real life that we experience and they kind of event. But we always really expose them whatever they do with this information.
Oh,
We can hold.
and what's the kind of vibe on the receptive of this? I know we're in a changing environment, you know what I'm saying? It's ever changing. And it's good to give these young kids, I want some direction, I guess, some, you know, some announcement to work with, and really appreciate it.
That they have another house. So it's good feedback.
Awesome.
Those kids are seeing us, like, I don't know, they're actually paying attention to there.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Nope. Thank you.
Thank you.
Post it, really?
Don't forget.
Item number 6 for informational purposes only. Item number 7, discuss monthly reports by Chief Esparza and all department heads. Go ahead, Mariana.
Good evening, Commissioners. Mariana Navarrete, District Administrator. In the month of August, we paid $3.6 million in accounts payables. That included the new units. We received the loan amount and we paid it off the week after. We also paid all of our final interest for this fiscal year. We're already at towards the end of it, a week and a half left over. And speaking about the end of the year, I will be sending your commissioner fees so you all can review it, what we currently have. And then if you can also update me with what I don't have in that Excel sheet that I sent you every year, I should be sending out that by Friday, the latest. Okay. Also, this month we received our transparency stars. What that is we received those Transparency Stars award from the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts. What that is basically they go in and they check our website and make sure that we're being transparent to the public, that all of our audits are there, our check registers, our yearly annual budget versus actual. What else? Our loans, all of our tax rate information, basically how the budget, the finances for the district are, and we did give our transparency award for that. And I want to thank my girls, Araceli and Cynthia. I did train them during that time to be able to update what data they need in case I'm not here. And we'll be updating monthly every check register because basically everything else is already there. But as it's happening, we're updating all the data. Okay, so I want to thank them because they did help me a lot with the update of the website. And I think, what else? That's it for me. Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you, buddy.
Oh, thank you. And all those guys and gals out there that are doing well, is there a chance, opportunity there to recognize their efforts in either this form or another? That they're going above and beyond? I got it. We all work. We have expectations that we're required to do every day. But those, you know, whether it be a firefighter or a fire marshal, a support staff, a mechanic, they go above and beyond. Is there an opportunity there to recognize their efforts? And
We definitely do have the budget for it. We have a employee appreciation budget line item where we can,
Well-
but that's more of as a group. As a group, it's
Commissioner,
not
just-
an individual, line item to specify one person. We can
Bill?
definitely give them a thank you award.
big old
Um,
cookout,
yeah.
appreciation cookout or something, put something in their pockets, in their hands,
Yes.
buy them a hat. I don't care.
I do want to thank all the staff that's currently still out in that fire in Montana Vista. They're staying late. I've got Mr. Homestead's out there, Chief Salcedo's out there. All the firefighters, Montana Vista, I mean, every department's out there. That's why they probably won't be here. And then we had a second structure fire here in Socorro. So they're tied up out there in that one as well. So yeah, big props to all of them for doing the work that we were supposed to do. I would like to introduce Mr. Martin Valverde. He's the new maintenance supervisor. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Valverde.
Follow up with all the appreciation. You have a great group. My name is Martin Valverde. I want to thank you all first of all for the opportunity. I was part of that interview process for the maintenance supervisor. Very proud and glad to be on board. Great organization. I do come from a lot of fleet maintenance background. My Forrest Gump life, as I put it. So again, thank you all very much. Very briefly, we do have Unit R505 at a dealership that's under warranty. Unit P501 is pending a part, but it is in service and running. And P601 is pending parts and labor. All that is under warranty, but it is still in service. Because of right now, that's all we have really pending as far as the maintenance crew. Of course, our building maintenance is daily. We have a great program.
All right, hey, welcome aboard. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
You like the Cowboys?
Yes, sir.
Oh, geez. All right, another one.
Is that why we wear blue?
No. No, welcome aboard.
Wow.
Hey, welcome aboard. Thank
Wow.
you.
Thank you all.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Be safe.
You too.
Commissioners, as you saw in Dropbox, I did put your take-home vehicle list as requested, and if you have any questions, that was going to be part of my report. Chief Salcedo obviously is not here to go over the other things that he had. Any questions for the take-home vehicle list?
What item number was that, Roger?
Number 7.
Chief, as far as everybody that has a fleet vehicle, I guess my question is, I know we had discussed this in the past, so they either have fire one, fire two, or EMT, correct?
You have to have fire 2 or EMT.
Okay. So everybody that is on here does have either or.
That's what is supposed to be on there.
We confirmed that, Roger, or is that?
No, this
was
is,
that more of
this
an
was,
assumption?
on
Is that
some,
assumption?
that's an assumption because that's what the policy reads and all the chiefs are supposed to be able to send their list based on that policy that we have already in place. We will be following up on this. Of course, some of the chiefs sent this late, so we didn't have time to go back and ask all the questions.
So I'm looking at the list, I like, I'm looking for, when Clint's here. I see all your guys. It says for take-home vehicles. I'm assuming not everyone's taking home a vehicle. Is there something that references who's taking home a vehicle or no? Or these guys are all eligible to take home or not to take home?
And then unit numbers, we don't have unit numbers in there?
As far as the truck unit number?
Yes.
Yes, we do. It says vehicle chief 201, rescue 202, rescue 203, rescue 204, and rescue 211. And it says, we ran a percentage calls just, in case you all wanted it, from October 1st to August 31st, and those are the percentages for the number of runs that they made.
Yeah, mine's not showing.
Yeah, mine's not showing, sir.
And I know the Chief's doing the right thing. I don't doubt it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, little bit of big brother action here. You know what I'm saying? So,
Chief, are all these individuals certified?
I guess the question is, all the people that take home vehicles or take vehicles home or use take home vehicles, There-
So, I should have one guy that's not certified, we're working on it, which is AJP. He is part of the search and rescue. That's the only reason that he has the vehicle, because he does carry a lot of equipment. His search and rescue guy, his boots, everything like that, that goes in the back of his pickup. But that, other than that, that's the only one that is working as firefighter too right now.
I know it's not good judgment, but how many calls has he gone out and search and rescue this year?
You know what, sir, I would be.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. That's a fair answer. But I think the rule, but I want to bend, I think the rules are in place, fire 2 or EMT.
Correct.
Is search and rescue part of that equation?
No, sir.
Commissioner Diaz, was that intent to be part of the equation or?
I mean.
I mean, not to bend
That
it.
was part of what we had agreed as a board.
I agree. No, that's what I'm trying to remember.
Fire two and EMT.
Is there an exception out there for exception?
And we had mentioned that it was allowed since it was part of the specialty. I mean, I don't know if that was kind of lost in between, it's not,
Yeah.
let me know.
Can you work with Roger on that? I'll let you work with
How many
Chief
vehicles
Esparza.
do you have right now?
Out. Rescue 204, rescue 202, rescue 203, myself, 5.
It shows that he's got chief 201, rescue 202, rescue 203, rescue 204, and rescue 211.
And they're all being utilized.
And everybody's got a clock.
This is correct. As a matter of fact, I did submit August the 28th, they took the first part, September the 2nd, we actually had a joint training with the SO was part of our class. And Ruben actually, was the one that,
Ruben,
Camacho?
train instructor?
Yes, sir, he's actually from the East side.
Okay, okay. All right. I guess we just ask you to work with Chief Esparza on that one individual, make sure it's in compliance with the SOP
Yes, sir.
or get him in class.
Yeah, I know, he has,
Going to class ain't the same as graduating.
no, I know he has, that's something, man. It's just getting with Kramer and trying to figure out what he needs to do in order for the test. That's it. Any other questions?
Yes, sir. Chiefs, your vehicles?
At West Valley, everybody is certified. Both fire and EMS.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
I'll make sure that they upload the number stats and of all the units.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Mike, I think I got the same thing you got, just kind of names.
Yeah. Can I go over to your?
Yep.
place, Chief? Show you what I got.
Like this?
That's all I got. Have the same thing.
What you got, didn't give you a computer? Come on, you sold it on eBay? I did. Running shoes? Awesome. Got respect. Yeah, don't really say none.
Any other questions, commissioners? Yes. No, informational purposes only.
I got hammered because it came to the meeting.
I'm sorry? No, well, the other ones were gonna be here, but they're stuck at the fire, so. As a matter of fact, Socorro just texted me that he's running a little late because he's at the other structure fire. Yeah, I just had told Angie to bring you a copy of the actual report. And like I said, commissioners, we had a little bit longer list, but Chief Salcedo stuck out there in that fire, so. Any other questions? Adam? Yes, yes, you can. Item number 7 for informational purposes only. Item number 8, discuss and take action on radios encryption capabilities, request an update on the El Paso Fire Department intent to encrypt radios messaging with their agencies, recommendations from district station chiefs regarding adding encryption, relying on patching radios, and impact that would have on large events, catastrophes, cost benefit analysis for board to decide the future expenditures as required. Submitted by Commissioner Barnes. Yes. No. Yeah. So, so So- Yeah, when I originally looked it up, it showed like El Paso Fire, but I was like, but it's in Montana Vista. So those are one of the things that we need to look at. So, so the encryption part is not the issue, I think at hand. I think the issue at hand is when we purchased these original radios, I'm gonna say 7 years ago now. I'm just throwing a number out there. I'm gonna say it's 7 years ago now. We were given the option to buy the encryption capability at around $450 per radio. We said no because the other agency, which is El Paso Fire Department, didn't foresee that they would ever need to be encrypted. Fast forward to now, they upgraded their radios, they upgraded to all new technology. They went encrypted because of the issue that they're having. Well, it left us out in the blind because we did not buy that encryption capability in our radios. Fast forward to now that encryption is gonna cost us roughly $900 per radio. It's one of those things that, give me a minute. It's one of those things that is a necessary evil, but I'm looking at how do we do the enterprise, like Commissioner Barnes said, how do we get everybody on board? How do we make it happen? Now, the key word here is this is only to turn on the encryption capability on the radio. That does not mean that as far as I know, the El Paso Fire Chief has not authorized their encryption code to be put in all our radios, which I don't foresee a problem. We're talking more and more, and this is a prime example of it. I did talk to Chief Menendez, which sits in the board for the 911 district, and he did reach out to the 911 because he sits on that board, and they are looking to hopefully fund us 70 radios that will be encrypted. In other words, they'll pay for that encryption capability so that we don't have to, because this is a thing that they kind of got us by surprise.
Question on that.
Just turn on the mic, please. Angie. Commissioners, just Angie just reminded us to turn on the mic, please. And we're going to speak that way the people online can hear. Thank you.
Angie, can you hear me? Nod your head.
Yes.
No, true, fair lending, do we have 100 radios in the back that are not being used?
No,
Approximately. Do we have a bunch of radios?
about 50,
All right.
How many
Still-
radios did we purchase? It
250.
was 250.
So we still have unassigned, brand new in a box.
Yes.
Is there an opportunity to put those to work encrypted versus having someone purchase us $9,000?
No. So they're not gonna buy us new radios. They're gonna pay for the encryption to be
Oh,
turned
I
on
thought you said buys radios with
No,
encryption. Okay. All right.
as a temporary fix. I do have a grant, and I was told the grant was lowered, but no, the federal committee that looked at it suggested that we only receive countywide $300,000. So we have a congressman out there pushing that we get the original $11 million. We go $11 million, we will be replacing every radio in our fleet and within our handhelds to be able to have all this already purchased.
But the 7,000s we do have, now to be fair, I've been talking to Bill Adler. That's why I sound smart. It's only skin deep though. But to be fair, well, the 7,000s are robust enough to hold that capability of encryption, correct? I know we had 7,000s when I was.
The problem that we're gonna have right now, and that's why I say we should limit to, that's why I'm looking for 10 per department, más o menos. Again, it's only for the command staff. Because even though that we turn on the encryption, they're no longer a viable radio. They're out of
Correct.
end of life service.
Yep, you're correct.
So if we encrypt this radio today and it breaks down tomorrow, we just lost $1,000.
Correct.
So we're
That was one of my questions was, do we incorporate this encryption into a radio buy?
And I did on the quote that I submitted for the grant, I included all that in it. Just as a foresight that it was gonna happen.
When you did the grant, did it have El Paso FD in there as encrypting or no? That was pre that, wasn't it?
No, it's pre that,
Yeah, because I think this is a game changer.
because they're in that grant as well.
Fair enough, yeah.
And which leads us back to the question, if we decide to go with new radios if the grant gets approved, right? Do we want to go encrypted? Right now, the two ESDs that are sharing dispatch, are on the assumption we don't go encrypted because we don't want to throw good money after old radios.
Fair enough.
So, but if we do get the new radios, we're gonna go encrypted all the way around.
Do you see a requirement with, with West Valley being disassociated with the rest of the team? An advantage for them being encrypted or?
Well, it's like everything. Montana Vista is
Yeah.
disassociated from the team as well. So with me as a chief for the district, I can't just go and say West Valley should get everything because they're so far away,
I'm not.
because I have Montana Vista as well. So
Agree.
that's why I went out to talk and see if we can get something granted. And that's why I put in for 10 radios per department. When I say 10 radios, not every department's gonna get 10 because they might only have the chief as a command staff, right?
Fair enough, and they can do the patch requirements with internally, like today.
There-
Pretty
there would-
sure, I don't think Marquez knew there was a fire, did he? Initially?
He's probably out of town.
He was at work and couldn't break away, but he was informed shortly after it started. When we,
So those are the things that we have to look at is it beneficial for us to get a grant? Like right now, if 911 district will fund us 70 radios, right? Then everybody, the command staff in the individual departments will have a radio. And we will be able to have some communications. There will be no patch because all we'll have to do is turn
Right.
to their channel and be able to talk directly with them. But in most cases, they are the ones that are supposed to be able to turn to our channel since they're in our district and talk to us directly unencrypted. But as a big department, they don't want to switch over. They like to stay within their own realms. So we got to figure that out. We do have a talk with the El Paso Fire Department on how we're going to do this.
well, they talked to their 911 dispatch, not our county dispatch, right?
Right, but they have a battalion chief there and
Mhm.
he can keep communication with them, but everybody else in the fire ground should be able to talk to the regular fire ground in our area. If we go to them, we should switch over to their radio and follow their commands. That's the way it should essentially work. So right now, the talk is that the 911 district, it's most likely gonna be able to fund the radios requested.
How many is that?
70 for ESD2.
For ESD2, not ESDs, not.
No.
Combined.
No, 70 for ESD2.
That'd be a 10 per station, per se.
And again, it's not gonna be necessarily 10 per station because
I
West Valley
understand,
wants
sure.
13.
Right.
You know,
I mean, that's something, I'm almost want to make a motion to have an external meeting a couple weeks down the road. I don't want to kick this can down the road.
no.
Because just today, we had a fire that our district leadership was unaware of. No dings on anybody.
No,
I'm not saying this would fix it either. But
Right.
when you're rolling, it'd be nice to kind of get some feedback on the status, because I got a call from the commissioner's office saying there's no fire trucks there. Now.
There's
when
26.
The fire started, there wasn't, because the neighbors were calling. So when I got there, I seen 10 fire trucks.
and I can read
Clint representing, all right? So
Clint, Socorro, Fabens, Montana Vista. The only one that's not out there because I canceled them is West Valley. There was no sense in bringing a truck all the way from West Valley out here. But I can tell you in the 30 years that I've been here, that's the 4th time rolling.
that's why.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't want to have an incident in the next 4 days where coulda, shoulda, woulda.
I'll know that I will know by Friday if the 911 district will be able to fund that,
I appreciate that.
go ahead.
He's waving at us. Not back there. Come up here.
Another thing to take into consideration also is that, she was also saying, everything's going digital. El Paso SD,
Turn on your mic, please. Thank you.
I think there's an issue with that. It was moved earlier, so that's fine. It'll still catching it.
But the thing is that the Paso FD, El Paso PD, they're all going digital. And that's why they're going encrypted. And just be aware of it, like you were saying, these are no cost of us investing in these old radios, especially when you can go with a brand new digital radio and you can have both bands on.
Yep.
So, just proof of that, like I said, I know Paso FD is pushing them on and El Paso PD is pushing as well, so, now it's all become digital. So,
I appreciate
And that's the reason that we applied for that grant, correct, chief? To see if
Correct.
we can get all brand new radios, the whole
Right.
deal. That way we don't do that.
Now, I'll be honest with you, on the grant I put in for the new Motorola Next, which is the latest and greatest radio out there for us to purchase, and we have to purchase through Motorola because that's the trunking system is through Motorola, so the push countywide is for us to stay in the same radio band because I can tell you that the City of Socorro Police Department went to the Harris, I believe, and it's totally different. So they had issues trying to trunk into the Motorola system. They were able to get it, but it took a while.
You can trunk Harris's through Motorola.
You're supposed to, but it wasn't seamless.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong, I think the radios we own were the right radios to buy at the time, hands down. But time has lapsed.
Right, and so, like I said, if we get the grant, my idea was to purchase the radios with the encryption capability turned on. That way we pay $450 because it was already budgeted in there. Everything and anything that was available on the radio, I put it in there because I don't want to have to go through this. But the problem is right now is, like I said, we can encrypt 10 radios and we can pay for that. That radio breaks, or they can't fix it anymore, we're out $1,000.
No, I like the plan you got. I don't know. I think the plan you got is viable and obtainable.
The only concern that I have with all of this is with this grant that we're waiting for, how long is this going to take to get resolved and then get the money and be able to get?
So
the
right
grant?
now, the 911 district is getting the actual quote because they're trying to see if now they're gonna buy more than the 13 that they're trying to negotiate the price of that to a lower price. But regardless of that, they said by Friday, hopefully by Friday, they should have an answer as to yea or nay.
Can we get an update either way?
We
by
can.
Friday? And the chiefs also? Chief, you got anything else to say? You sure?
I think it's a great idea. I think it just caught us off by surprise that El Paso went encrypted all of a sudden, something that they weren't planning till December and they did it right away. I think it's one of those things that we weren't privy to the information and it kind of took us by surprise.
Right. And I get their encryption requirements because, like I said, you got tow trucks showing up before fire trucks. And that's a problem. So.
As of right now, all the fire marshal radios are encrypted, so we can get the flash right away and it would work. The command post was purchased with radios that were already encryption ready, and they can receive the flash and they will work. So, but those were new radios that were just purchased.
How many were there?
8 per unit
8 radios?
Mhm.
Oh, per.
for the command
I
unit.
got per command post. Because internally, we can probably fix the problem
As far as,
as far as even the chiefs, until we get this solution with 911, where they can inform their guys, hey, there is a fire, get up on the net. But the expectation, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, to have a 911 district to start patching individual responders over, probably not.
I don't think it's gonna happen like that. It's very far and in between, and I mean, I was there 24 years with the West Valley, so I can tell you that now the communication might be better now that we have better communication, better rapport with the El Paso Fire Department. And I think it is a good thing for us to have because we might, knock on wood, we don't have another Walmart incident and we're all gonna need each other. We all need to be able to talk to each other. So that's why we do need the capabilities too. But regardless, I was assured by the El Paso Fire Department, they can switch theirs to the encrypted channels and so can we. But it's better to have the encrypted radios because that's why they went to that, the encrypted frequencies.
I'm sure if you look at today's fire in county,
Mhm.
that did not happen.
That's what
That did not happen. They did not go in the clear.
they did
rolled
not.
into county.
But I did put a phone call right now to OEM and said, hey, we need to work on this because this just happened. They're like, okay, let's talk about this ASAP. Because this just happened, Chief. Maldonado, how long ago did you guys go encrypted?
It's not encrypted yet though, right?
I'm sorry?
Is Montana Vista? No. West Valley encrypted yet? No.
No, but he works for the El Paso Fire
Oh,
Department.
El Paso Fire, I'm sorry. The other guy. Got it. Fair enough. It's a new, I got it. We're coming around that corner.
But I think hopefully by Friday, we'll have an answer with
Fair enough.
and we can move on. If they say it's all good, you'll see it seamlessly. They'll order the the flash upgrades, they'll call me and tell me how many radios. I'll collect the radios and then I'll distribute them to the departments. Well, except West Valley because they
I was gonna
want
say,
their
how do we collect radios from, is there? We're not gonna flash new ones. We're gonna do the ones currently in use, right?
currently in
Does
use.
that mean that people go to the stations, each station to do it?
Well, RTC will come to us to flash upgrade them.
Okay.
We will need the KVL from the El Paso Fire Department to dump in the encryption
That's
code.
the other thing I had in my notes is the purchase of a KVL, once we do get our encrypted radios. I know I bought one a couple years ago. They're not that expensive.
10,000
Yeah, they're not that expensive. The cable was surprisingly.
total. I was told it was 10,000, right under 11.
Right. And the cable's like 2,500 just for the cable or something.
But that's something that we will have to look at it as two districts together, because we'll have to buy two KVLs that have the same encryption as we share dispatch at the moment. So we can't go encrypted without ESD1 going encrypted. They can't go encrypted without us going encrypted because we share dispatch.
Fair enough. I know they got radio drop boxes. You know what I'm talking about? Where you drop a radio in and it shares the frequencies automatically for command units. All right, we'll talk later. We'll talk about, all right. All right,
Hey,
guys.
chief,
Yes, sir.
just one quick question. Has, SO said anything about them going encrypted?
They are already encrypted.
They're already encrypted?
They've been for the past 7 years.
So then if we would have gone with them, we would have had to have gone encrypted.
Correct. Well, no, not necessarily. No,
No?
not necessarily. No, because they would have been on our frequencies, not theirs.
Okay. Okay.
Right now, the push for encryption is because they want to not allow the public that used to, I mean, how many of us had a scanner back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
So that's what they're trying to prevent people from chasing the fire truck or chasing the accidents to get to that individual faster.
Got it.
So for this one, it's for information only. So I think we're good. Any recommendations, commissioners, on this one for wait till Friday, then go?
Yeah, let's wait to see what he gets and then once he gets it, you know, if, he hasn't reached out to any of us, we have a capability to talk to Roger directly. Just remember that.
He's encrypted.
No, he ain't encrypted.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right.
All right, item number 8 for informational purposes only. Item number 9, discuss and take action on requesting a meeting with 2 commissioners, district leadership, station chiefs to measure the level of readiness to start a stipend program. Update from the district leadership on preparedness and confidence of all those involved in the assure success and stipend program. Feedback provided by station leaders and impact the current policy program status. Commissioners, can we postpone this item till we talk to legal?
Motion to, postpone till we talk to
Well,
legal.
It's my item. I agree with you, Mike. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I know we got chiefs here looking for answers, so I want some answers tonight in the direction we're.
But
gonna
if we don't have,
No,
if
no, I
we
get it.
haven't talked to legal, I mean, we need to talk to legal before we can relay anything. Correct?
Correct.
As soon as we-
There's been no conversation with legal on this?
Yes, that's why we're gonna talk to him and get the
All right,
feedback.
fair enough. Postpone. Yeah, I agree, Mike.
I'll second.
Have a motion to postpone it by Commissioner Barnes, second by Commissioner Diaz. Item number 10, discuss and take action on lawyer contract SOP, provide updates to all commissioners regarding legal opinions on timed to be determined basis. This provide commissioners with update regarding legal matters. Submitted by Commissioner
Motion
Barnes.
This be taken to executive. It's supposed to be contact, not contract. Apple products.
I have a motion by Commissioner Barnes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Diaz. To come back after executive session. Item number 11, discuss and take action on credit card SOP. District leadership develops credit card standard operating procedures for the use of the Department Inc. account. This SOP will include but not be restricted to monthly and quarterly reviews of all credit card usage, monitor spending, and ensure compliance with SOP. Submitted by Commissioner Barnes.
Yes, I received through conversation that there may be concerns for the use of credit cards by a few stations that might need to be looked at. Is that a fair statement?
Correct.
So we're not gonna target individuals and we're not gonna punish those that are doing it right. So somewhere's in the middle, we gotta look at adherence to the SOP, some oversight, maybe quarterly snapshots of credit card usage to ensure compliance with the SOP and the money that is being earned by the stations. I think it's 15,000 a year is being.
25,000.
25,000, I'm sorry, 15 plus 10, 25,000 a year is being spent correctly. Is that a fair statement, guys? I think majority of folks are doing it well, but to keep the innocent honest is just a snapshot of looking at it, and I think that's can be done by ESC staff. If there is a concern that needs to be elevated, we'll do it then.
And like I told you over the phone, Commissioner, I think one of the things that's going to come out of this stipend program is the fact that they had to go with QuickBooks. And now they're going to have to maintain the records correctly and clean because their bank accounts are linked into that QuickBooks. So they are going to have to do their ledger to make sure that they enter if they go buy food. And they're going to have to enter the copy of the receipt and everything else to go with it to make sure that it adds up to the money they have in the bank. Because now they're going to have to be, we won't be reimbursing but once a month, and they're going to be running out of money if they don't keep track of that money. So I think the QuickBooks part of it is going to be a phenomenal thing for them to have.
How are we doing it now without QuickBooks, correct?
They're doing it without QuickBooks. They just do a spreadsheet and they don't keep receipts. They don't, at their will. Well,
I recommended to them to keep receipts. It's up to them, but I know most of them, from what I know, have been keeping receipts. QuickBooks will help them enable also to reconcile every month. And obviously they need to keep track of all of the receipts attachment with the reconciliation, their profit and loss, their bank statements, check registers, all of that. QuickBooks will be able to help them keep track of that.
If we're talking QuickBooks now, if I could ask, is there a level of expectation? I know we have a few folks that understand QuickBooks. Is there a level of expectation that this is going to be, I don't want to say accepted, but it's going to be able to be utilized within our station? I mean, we got smart guys out there, don't get me wrong. QuickBooks is a whole nother beast.
It is. If you've never used it, it's learning it, and getting proper training and not just a one-time training. It's a continuous training. I still have my staff training QuickBooks every month because there's updates, there's changes. Our payroll stuff just changed about a month and a half ago. So it's constantly being updated, but I think when they get the proper training, they'll understand it.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I'm not dinging anyone up, guys. Don't get me wrong. I had little old ladies in tennis shoes that worked QuickBooks. They were magicians with it. Don't get me wrong. I couldn't get it. I couldn't grasp it. And I sent the guys to school for like 40-hour classes. And some were 20-hour classes on the updates alone. Is there expectation that we're going to provide that same level of instruction? Are the chiefs do they have the space and time to meet that training requirement? I'm asking, it's like a floating question right now. I'm not really looking for a response because it's going to be tough, get around that corner. If they don't have QuickBooks, are they going to be able to communicate with ESD via QuickBooks on the requirements for the stipend program or for credit card even?
they're going to have
Well,
to do.
for the stipend, they do need to use the QuickBooks.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The accounting side of it, which is what we're talking about, which is the credit card, the reconciliation, their bank statements, that's more of the accounting side of it. And the stipend is the payroll side of it. So remember, QuickBooks has so many different, yes, it has for customers, payables, payroll, reconciliation, chart of accounts, journal entries. It's endless. So 20 hours, like you're saying, they're volunteers. They might not have that time. They're
Space and
juggling
time is what I'm
work.
worried about.
Yeah.
No, they're smart. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying no one's smart. It's space and time and the expectation for volunteers to take that time. I remember, I don't want to get too far in the stipend program, guys, because we're not ready to talk about that. But I remember we talked to stipend that we were going to do everything at the district. You guys were going to provide a roster of who worked. somehow that flipped where you guys are gonna do all the QuickBooks. And I got there's requirement there and some legalities there that we can't put our finger in your 501c3 candy jar. So, sir, you're you're very dapper today, I would say.
Thank you, sir. I was gonna add, that's one of the things, going back 3 years ago, when we took our admin staff away from the station, that would be a great opportunity for them to go pop up with something like this, where they have the direct line to the district, but they are the subject matter expert on being able to run those books. I don't want to downplay any of us in firefighters, like, we're all smart folks, but my job is to
Firefighting.
do fire stuff, not to do people. And it doesn't avoid from anybody who's like whatsoever, you know, that's very capable people. However, it is difficult to run a full-time employment on your own, family and everything else, on top of your volunteer duties, plus also running a thinking business.
Fair enough. No, I appreciate that. But I want to kind of wait till we talk to lawyers and get,
Right.
I got some stuff to run by you guys to, and chief to.
And I-
To this, it's just a speed bump right now. Speed bumps we get over. You just gotta go a little slower.
I think the problem is gonna be the fact that the Inc. account, we should have never been touching. Again, this is gonna be out of their Inc. account. And that's why we have the professionals of SB&G looking into it, constantly to make sure that they are up to par. They will be training them and we will reimburse, we will pay for their training actually, like we do for everything else, for them to train. They don't necessarily have to do it themselves. They can get one of their volunteers that already does QuickBooks somewhere else to do it, because we have plenty of different people that currently use it in different aspects of it. It's just a matter of, you're the pro at this, you do QuickBooks, the chief can just monitor the account. Just like here, I don't touch QuickBooks. I have a login for it, but I've never touched it. And I let Mariana and the staff do their work.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, everyone's right. Don't get me wrong. Everyone's right on this. We just gotta figure out how to.
It's just gonna be a matter of the chiefs wanting to let go of that little section that say, hey, I'm gonna let them do and look at everything that's being purchased and look at everything that's being looked at by a different individual.
You talk about the volunteers or?
Yes, the volunteers.
I think I trust you. If I was a chief, I had one guy who knew how to do QuickBooks, I'd probably pay him out of my pocket to do QuickBooks, because it's I got it. It can be a challenge. But again, it's not the smartness of it, it's the time and space and expectations of a volunteer to. And I don't think that's how it rolled out initially when we talked about this. It was going to be the district taking care of it. I think there's some room in there, and we got enough smart people who can figure this out. That school teacher. All right, so postpone this to after no, where we at? The credit card. The credit card was, to make a motion that this is looked at quarterly under the district chief, whoever we designate. And if there's any concerns that you guys handle it, you know what I'm saying? Because there's an SOP already written for that. Now, yes, SOP needs to be
Tweaked.
a little bit to meet the requirements, because requirements do change. And I know there's some concerns by the chiefs on what's authorized. You know, me and Commissioner Avalos go to training up in New Mexico. It's just day training. Are we authorized to use a credit card to get a meal? Because
No.
we're dislocated. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do we need to change the SOP for that, or do we keep it and lock it down and extend those expectations out to the chiefs? Say, no, you can't do that, you know? And because,
I'm sorry, you're talking about the Inc. account, right?
correct, for the
Yes.
credit cards, right?
Yeah, no, we don't allow that because we already fund the,
We already give them a
Per diem.
per diem, yes.
Per diem for daily backs?
no.
No.
So if I'm a volunteer.
So maybe an example would be, what if they had an in training or a meeting and those two chiefs want to go have lunch? Want to go have lunch, can they use a credit card from their Inc.? Is that
Yeah.
a valid question?
saying,
I'm
is
just
there-
saying,
That's-
Stuff that we need to
it's an
update.
example.
Good point.
But that should be their internal policies for their members to authorize all that so that the members are aware that that could happen.
Yeah.
Because the problem right now is not the fact that use the credit card is that the members don't know what they're using the credit card for. Does it make sense?
I agree. I didn't know that was the issue. Okay.
Yeah. So you, item number 11, would you like to postpone
Please.
to next meeting?
Yes, please.
Item number 11, discuss and take action, the credit card SOP, district leadership develops credit card standard operating procedures for the use of Department Inc. account. The SOP will include but not restricted to monthly and quarterly reviews of all credit card usage to monitor spending and ensure compliance with SOP. Postponed by motion by Commissioner Barnes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Diaz. Commissioner Diaz,
Aye.
Commissioner Barnes.
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos.
Aye.
Commissioner Glidden.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 12, discuss and take action on fire trucks. District leadership provides a 5 and 10-year purchase plan for all response vehicles owned by the district. Submitted by Commissioner Barnes.
Do we have Chief, do we have a written plan or a written process that states when the next, and I know it's going to change yearly, do not get me wrong, by either miles, damages, whatever.
There is a policy in the SOP that states that the vehicle, the small fleet will be replaced every 10 years or 100,000 miles, whichever occurs first.
Right.
It kind of changed during COVID because right now vehicles are still hard to get and very pricey. So we might have to relook at that. All big trucks, the pumpers are replaced at 10-year mark. And then the truck that's being replaced will go into a reserve. And then the quints will be replaced at a 20-year mark. And pretty much everything else is up to the interpretation of whoever, because we have a lot of trucks that aren't really getting used.
Agreed.
And
That's where
we're
it
talking
changes.
about specialty trucks, correct?
Right, and we're talking the heavy rescues that really don't get used. We are talking about the trucks.
Ambulance.
the ambulance that never really got used. We're talking, we have 75 big trucks and only a percentage of those are being used. And I'm gonna use him because we've had this conversation. Commissioner Glidden, Montana Vista Fire Rescue does not want the heavy rescue. And I don't know what to do with it other than to sell it. They don't think it's something that they need, and it's a different leadership. I've told them to send me an email if they want me to get rid of it. And I would bring it up to the board to dispose of it. I think it's a 2013, and I do believe we do have a potential buyer that can, probably take that truck and put it to good use, or else it's just gonna sit there. And do we need to replace that truck in 20 years again?
Right. Do we have a plan in writing what truck I know it takes 4 to 5 years on a long end, 3 to 4 years to
Well,
order and have delivered a heavy truck, correct?
yes. However, we're talking heavy truck, like a heavy rescue, or are we talking pumper?
Pumpers. They pump.
Because pumpers were not, I don't think even the El Paso Fire Department, Chief Maldonado is in charge of that part over there at El Paso Fire. They're buying stock trucks as we are, just to get it now, right? They're even buying the model we're buying. They kind of descaled a bit. Right? Well, I mean, so
But is there a plan in writing what truck is, our by bumper number, I guess, order merit list, for lack of better words, on what's going to be replaced next, what's expectations that the chiefs has visibility on a centralized database where they can say, hey, okay, I know this truck is the next one to go. Now that might change. I know we have stations that put 10 miles a year on a truck. They're not utilizing it. Now that's a different conversation. But when it comes to, when it comes to procurement, right,
the next one would be Montana Vista.
as in new purchase or
New purchase.
trade?
New purchase.
Right.
Pumper 501 is the first pumper that we purchased.
And is that anywhere is written down on
It's on a 10-year mark. So that truck is a 2015.
is it all up here?
It's all up here.
That's what I'm afraid of. That's what I was,
No, I believe it's in the SOPs.
if you're on a school bus that gets hit and you're gone, where's that?
Better be a little short bus. No.
Is there somewhere Joe can go to get that information? No.
I'll look it up and then we can modify the SOP, but it was written in a
It kind
10-year
of
plan.
manages expectations from the stations, and hey, we're supposed to get a new truck. No, you're not. They know when they're gonna get a new truck. I got it. It might be simultaneous, you might order 2 trucks, you know, and, you know, up that up, but, I got, our money's becoming less available. As that happens, we gotta have a plan.
Especially when we're down at the 10 cent mark. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where we cut back with no money coming in this year, I mean, we stay at where we're at. So Chief, with that being said, how many
Let's squeeze that in.
of the old
I had to.
fleet is still out there? I know that
That's a
the
good
new
idea.
trucks that you bought have been distributed out. How many trucks from the old fleet have not been turned in?
You're talking the big trucks or little trucks? No, the little trucks have already been turned in. As a matter of fact, we have Montana Vista turning in 2 trucks right now, 2 additional trucks. One, because it needs a $6,000 transmission, which it'll be on the next agenda, see if we can fix it. It's got 100,000 miles, but I think we can still get a life out of it. But I mean, it's getting expensive to buy everything right now. No, it was a 2015. It's Chief Glenn's old unit. Transmission is quoted at $6,000.
I think never went over 30 miles an hour.
Huh?
And the left blinker was always on.
So we do have a policy for the small fleet. We just have and I'm gonna go back and check, don't quote me on this. I'll look at what the SOP says for the big fleet. But there is a standing, and we can put it in writing if you'd like to see who's next. But right now, I can tell you the last department that was left was Sanelli, which they just received their truck. And the next one starts all over. Montana Vista, then Clint, then Socorro,
But starting
then,
over means 5-year plan on order, correct?
I'm sorry?
Starting over, which I agree. We're talking 3 to 5 years.
No,
just to order the truck.
No, we replaced that truck at the 10-year mark. So Montana Vista is a 2015. So in 2024, we'll begin the process to order the truck. And it'll probably be a cookie cutter truck, again, a stock truck, so that we don't have to wait the 4 years. The problem right now with the trucks from all the manufacturers is the line is being held up by all the customization that people want. If we go with the stock truck, you don't get to make any changes. And Chief Maldonado handles that, and he's well aware of it. It's very, very limited to what you can change on it. Only color in a very, very minute couple of things, because that way they don't have to hold the construction line for it.
Correct. But if we plan for that truck, we can customize it if needed.
Right, but now you're looking at the 4-year mark.
So then we would have to start
Right.
ordering it maybe this year.
This year to meet the requirement of the 10-year plan. We're waiting to 10 years to order the truck, which takes us out to.
No, it's
14.
it's a 2015, so in 2025, so we buy a stock truck in 2024, it'll be here in 2025. No, if you buy a stock truck, it's like you buy whatever is available coming off the line.
And if you custom build it,
It's
How long?
4-year lead time.
4 year out.
So I think to your point is instead of waiting to 2025 to order the truck, we order it in 2023 to have it by 2026. 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
And then we're getting the truck that we need for, I don't say want, I'm not looking for wants. Truck we need for our communities versus a stock truck that I'm not saying stock trucks are bad truck, but we wrong.
Stock trucks are actually very well equipped. The only thing that we customize on it is pretty much the interiors of them. Right now, the stock trucks we've received looks pretty much the same, and it might even have the last one we just purchased had a way better suspension of what we spec'd out. And we got it for the lower price of customization. Again, where you just bought a truck for $700,000, if we customize it, it's gonna cost $800,000, $900,000. Just because you're paying for the ability to say what you want on it. Versus if we take what's available at the factory right there and then. They might have a way bigger rear front ends and bigger rear ends that we normally don't pay for, but they're available now and they'll throw it as part of the standard truck. We've never purchased a truck with a Husky system. The last one came with a Husky system. That's a $20,000 outfit. And we got it for within, what do we, got it within a couple months.
Right, and so can we establish a working document that both the chiefs?
We can
commissioners
definitely-
themselves Can kind of work from, I know it's gonna change.
Right.
As accidents, mileage, lack of mileage, lack of use, you know, or that way there's a tentative plan that we execute versus.
We can definitely put a list of what's coming. The only one that, like I said, the only bad part is gonna be all the trucks that are not getting used, that will probably not be replaced.
That's part of the plan. I get it. There would probably be no replacement plan for that vehicle.
Right.
As we have a plan, I guess, versus, you know, all right. So by next meeting, you think we can have it?
I think so. Have a motion?
I guess no motion required, just other than,
Present it at the next meeting?
Yeah.
So we're gonna postpone this item till next month?
please.
Item number 12, discuss and take action on the fire truck. District leadership provides a 5 and 10-year purchase plan for all responsive owned vehicles by the district. Motion, do I have a motion to postpone?
Motion, please.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Barnes, second by Commissioner Diaz. Commissioner Diaz,
Aye.
Commissioner Barnes,
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos,
Aye.
Commissioner Glidden,
Aye.
motion carries. Item number 13, discussing an update by District Chief regarding Emergency District 2 financial plan, submitted by Commissioner Barnes.
Yes, this is something we talked about last meeting, regards, this kind of leads into the stipend, leads into where our money's going, leads into our tax-based revenue. To have a financial plan for our requirements as well as our expenditures for ESD 2. For future spending, that includes new builds, remodeling, purchase of fire trucks, purchasing of large items, as well as operational expenses. I know we discussed this last meeting. Has there been an opportunity to, I don't expect it to be done, I'm not looking for that right now. But without a financial plan, you know, it's hard to justify either whether it be raising taxes, raising, you know, big expenditures. You know, it kind of supports the requirements we have to include either stipends, large purchases, land deals, stuff like, you know, items like that.
We can definitely work, I would like for you as the board to give me a little bit of guidance, what you'd like to see, because I don't want to throw anything in it. What the big items, like trucks, stations, personnel, stipends, what else? That you all might think, because if I miss it, then you'll be like, you missed it.
You know, something else to put on there probably would be, you know, and I know Mariana did it on the budget. She put down where no revenue to where we were gonna get a little bit of revenue and then to the high mark. And maybe that would help us as far as to plan where the money would be coming from as well.
So
I mean,
Commission,
I know things change on a yearly basis. There's more homes being built, but then there's some that are being still tax exempt, that are exempt from taxes. There are some warehouses that I'm looking at in the next couple of years. Yes, they're in our area, but those are probably gonna be annexed by the city of El Paso. So that pushes us out to the point to where we're not gonna get that revenue. So I would go a step further here, Chief. And I'd like to ask you, I know we've kind of talked about it before. Have we gotten any information on properties that were, maybe they've collected money from ESD 1 that belong to us? Have we taken care of that? I mean,
Petro,
I'm sorry?
about Petro.
No, Petro we're collecting the tax,
We're
but
collecting tax, but there's some properties that were kind of iffy. And I know that Richard was working on that for a little bit and then.
we looked at it. We agreed with both ESDs that we wouldn't be changing lines or changing district boundaries. But we literally, like I said at one of the meetings, we literally have to assign everybody to go look at the buildings and run in our area to see which was, I know one of them that was of concern was the El Paso Electric out in Montana is listed as ESD ones. So they're receiving the tax off of that.
It's not there.
And it's not theirs, of course. But there are buildings out there that are being collected by ESD
I
one
know
under
EDOC
ESD two.
and I know EDOC and I know that Longhorn pipeline plant, that should belong to us.
That should be, that one that does show us, but the El Paso
Longhorn.
Electric is marked as ESD
So
one.
the EDOC is showing us as ESD one.
And that's one of the things that, we can go back and collect all the years that they've collected the taxes from them. Or we can say, hey, somebody messed up and they have to give us all that money back.
Well, I think there was confusion with the 911 mapping versus tax mapping, right, in the past?
No,
On-
no,
On call outs, who went versus ESD one versus ESD two, like the petrol station.
no, the Petros is actually correct. It's depending on the dispatcher that's there. They know that I'm gonna say it like this, sometimes, and Chief Sariana's here to attest. Sometimes they know that Socorro is not there and they'll tap out the next available unit, right? Which is Horizon. The thing that we've been saying, doing lately, and there was a big old argument, is because if I have the paid staff working, no matter if it's Clint, Fabens, Sanelli, it's our district. We should be able to jump that call on our behalf, right? But then the question is, do we jump calls and take it out of sequence? Which to me, I think if it's long as it's ESD two responding to ESD two territory, I don't think there's a problem. And those are the things that I kind of left alone just because I don't want to disrupt the sequence. But Petro is correct, right? We get a lot of calls to the Petro.
That's in our taxing, but it wasn't in our 911 mapping, right? What, years back?
No, I think it's always been there.
It's always been in our,
Now, who would be the entity to check, to verify our taxing?
it'd be CAD. El
It'd be
Paso-
CAD.
El Paso CAD.
And then, what's the name of the company?
HDL is our,
HDL is
collects
the-
our sales tax for us. Now, going back to the tax rate commissioner, I think what would help you as a board make decisions, whether you raise taxes or you stay at the no new revenue, would be a strategic plan, a vehicle replacement fleet schedule to see it's like, this is what we need to do the next
And
5
I
years.
understand
Can
that.
we do it this year? Because when you're asking for a tax rate increase, right?
I understand that.
You have that plan to say to the property taxpayers, this is why we're raising taxes.
I understand
So
that.
just
Thank
giving
you.
you a little feedback on that. That would help make better decisions, having a strategic plan for the future.
Mariana, I understand that. And I looked at it
Okay,
and I saw where the county had also raised themselves
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'll talk with you later. We'll have a discussion. I do want to talk to you about it.
yes. The
Thank you.
county did, I know I did see Betsy present a very good strategic plan, which it's a 10-year plan. So, I mean, we can get direction from her as well, from Betsy or Jessica from the county.
Commissioners, just so you know, we did purchase a strategic plan that's sitting somewhere in your desk or somewhere at home. And Commissioner Glenn, you didn't have one, but I'll give you one before you leave today. Which,
I don't think it had cost, did it?
Sir? ma'am?
Did it have a cost
Or
in the strategic plan?
cost
The cost
of what?
of what we're planning to do, like, for example,
No,
if we're
but
gonna
it says what
buy-
we need to do for the next 5 years.
Yeah, but not
Yeah,
financially.
but there's no financial
Right, so
cost.
But it's already detailed what you as a district want for the next 5 years.
But not through capital spending.
Yeah,
It was
that's
only
what,
through expectations, leadership and operational wise.
so we can say Socorro needs a new station, right? You need a new station, but we don't know what the cost is.
You don't need to
Thank you, commissioners.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. So you're gonna work the financial plan. I got it. I don't expect you to carry that rock by yourself. It's, there's some requirements there, some expectations. I don't know, SB&G would be a good teammate on that or not?
We have to be very careful with SB&G because there are auditors.
Yep.
So we're about to change, I think, next year or this year?
The following year. They're
following
still gonna
year.
do this year.
So we can use SB&G to help out on some of those things, but then we can't get them involved in a lot of things because they're an auditing firm.
Fair enough. I'm talking about look for templates, for our numbers too, to build a product.
Correct. Item number 13, discussing up on an update by district chief regarding the emergency district number 2 financial plan. Would you like to postpone or
No, we start working on it
we can?
and, be glad to come in and help what I can. Got some ideas, but I used to have to do one every year, down to the penny. It sucked. But I could show where I needed money, where I could move money internally and the money, as money requirements came, what the expectations were. I had a federal bank to work with too, so. All right, so we start the process and look at it in 30 days.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Do you want to, again, do you want to postpone this for 30 days and evaluate? Or do you want to make it 30 days and,
I'll provide an update in 30 days and we'll look at it again. Yes, please.
motions to provide an update in 38 submitted by,
You are correct. Yes, I'm sorry. Motion to provide an update in 30 days. Sorry about that.
submitted by Commissioner Barnes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, everybody. I mean,
Second by Commissioner Avalos, Commissioner Diaz,
Aye.
Commissioner Barnes,
yes, please.
Commissioner Avalos.
Aye.
Commissioner Glidden.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 14, discuss and take action on quarterly updates to commissioners on cyclic basis to cover 12 months. Submitted by Commissioner Barnes. Was that? Item number 14.
So I'm looking.
Yes, that was for the county commissioners to provide, we do a lot of responses. Our guys, our heroes out there do a lot of responses into the county commissioners' districts. So I'd like to provide them an update. We'll take, let me take Carlos Leon and Montana Vista. I think they're the only ones that support his district. Could be wrong.
Mhm.
I'm sure backfilled by supporting other teams. But for Montana Vista, hey, sit down with our county commissioners, let them know what ESD2 is doing down here. Look at the training we're doing, look at the responses to the district. Look at I think this will help with recruitment. It will help with confidence in our commissioners, as well as showing what we're doing. I'm not going to talk about ESD1 doing. I know they're sending updates up to them, but I want ESD2 to be on the map, capturing the great things. West Valley, I'm not sure who's the commissioner down there.
Sergio Coronado.
Yes, and show them all the great things West Valley's doing.
So ESD is doing this, sir?
We are not.
No, ESD1.
ESD1 is providing updates to the commissioner.
Can
They only have Alana Hogan. So I think that's the only one that covers their district.
I think so.
Yes.
Can
So,
you show me or show us something, so we can?
yes, we're gonna have to put something together. Yes. I'll
Okay,
try to get a
no.
template. I agree.
Something that we know what you want done. And I mean, is this something that they're requesting, that
Not at all.
commissioners, county commissioners court is requesting, or is this,
Absolutely not.
okay?
Absolutely not. Because I like to, I'm not looking for maybe a commissioner or two to go up there, the district fire chief, the chief of the station that supports the area. It might be two chiefs from two stations that support that area.
Okay.
And aligned with that also is, as we look for opportunities to recognize I don't like going to commissioners court up there and seeing other entities, non-heroes being recognized by commissioner court. We got guys putting their asses on the line and we're not getting them up there. So I think it's an opportunity, not digging anyone up. That falls on us to interact with commissioners court. But as those guys, you chiefs have heroes in your stations that need to be recognized at that level. You get them up there, put a nice shirt on them, and let the commissioners court recognize that. And that's a team effort from the district chiefs, whether it be the commissioners, the chiefs from the station.
But it's not
I
the
see people up there
commissioners
getting
court. It's
recognized
gonna
for-
be on a meeting outside of commissioners court, correct?
Yes, okay, on this one here, yes, it's called Decide.
Because I mean, I'm looking at 14 and 16 are the same thing, basically.
No, I'm sorry, no, not, if we could stick with 14, yes, you provide court. I don't like recruiting the army, but we call them quarterly training updates. But quarterly updates, but each commissioner get it once a year, not every quarter. We have 4 commissioners that districts we cover, correct?
I think it's 3.
Mine is Holguin.
No, Holguin, Leon, and
Doesn't she
Coronado.
reach down all the way to in Socorro too, or no?
Holguin, Leon, and Coronado.
Yes. So and Leon.
That's,
So before, one per quarter. To give them updates of their area, of their districts, the great things that ESD 2 firefighters are doing in their districts. Also, in addition to that, recognize some of our young firefighters, chiefs, whomever, you know, district staff, district chiefs that, hey, these are the guys that when you put your head on your pillow, you can go to sleep. Because they don't.
and there's only, agree, there's only 3 commissioners, right?
Is there 3 or 4?
3.
We touch.
3.
All right, that's something we gotta look into.
Leon, Holguin, and Coronado.
That's it? Who's the other one?
The other one's Stout, which is downtown.
Yeah,
We don't touch none.
nothing.
Fair enough. Then it's only 3 then. I'm sorry. My apologies, guys. And it's 3. Makes it even easier. So that's something we got to put together, a product. I agree. Something where it includes, recognizing maybe a firefighter or a staff member.
I think that's a little difficult because we have a hard time getting them to training. We have a hard time getting them to here and to try to get them to go to commissioner's court on during the morning. That'd be even
It's
more difficult.
unattainable, it's unattainable. If there's an opportunity, you know, to get recognized, I don't want the lack of effort be the reason. I got it. People work. I get that. People go to college, people, you know.
I thought that this was something that you were wanting to do here, Mr. Barnes, because I mean, that's the way, one time when you had presented it, you wanted to get it done here.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we couldn't do it here.
Right,
Bring that commissioner here,
right.
not during commissioner's court though, be during the day of course.
Okay, see,
Yeah.
like right there, I mean,
That's something,
I'm
this is a
good with
product
that.
we have to put together. I agree. We
Yeah.
have to put it together.
yeah, because I mean, it'd be unattainable if we try and get them to go up to commissioner's court, and when, especially when they're working.
That's fair enough. 'Cause I don't think we had any commissioners come through our district headquarters yet, have we?
Yes, we have.
Yes, we have. As a matter of fact, I have one coming up next week. Commissioner Stout is actually wanting to come
Yeah.
see our
Fair
facility.
enough. Good deal. And I think there's a level of exposure we need as a ESD.
And each one of them has been by, they have come by.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
So I'll take the lead on that and get the product together and put it to commissioners, to Roger and staff to look at, and we'll go from there. Fair enough?
if you need some help with it, let me know, sir.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to lean forward. Is that a motion?
A motion by Commissioner Barnes. Do I have a second?
Second,
Second by Commissioner Diaz. Commissioner Diaz,
aye.
Commissioner Barnes,
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos,
Aye.
and Commissioner Glidden.
Okay.
I,
Motion carries. Item number 15, discussion on VFIS update by district chiefs, Chief Esparza, Chief Salcedo, and District Administrator, Ms. Navarrete. Commissioner Barnes.
I think it was great efforts in the last couple weeks
Yes.
for paid staff to have opportunities to increase, update, modify their insurance plans.
Yes, correct.
To assist in provide insurance not only without and, I guess, I said the wife or the kids, but wife and the children. Is there, can we get some feedback on that if possible? If, you know.
So we did have our open enrollment, and we had Tom who presented for you all, I think, was it August, September? Well, August or July. He did come down, brought a bunch of booklets and pamphlets for the employees. He was here on the 7th and the 8th. 7th was for the employees around this area, and on the 8th was for Montana Vista and West Valley. He explained all the new benefits. He also explained everything is going web-based. We're not filling out any more applications. You need to go into HR Connect and sign yourself up, make your elections for your insurances. So far, we ran into maybe a few issues, which were for the life insurance part of it. The amounts were incorrect. He did send me all those pamphlets in Spanish as well for our Spanish-speaking employees. I haven't really heard any negative feedback. I have heard about several employees who have added either their spouse or their children. I won't have a more definite review of who's added until next month, once I get the information from Tom, which yesterday was the last day for everybody to enroll. Okay, so starting October 1st, in the month of October, I can give them more of who signed up their spouses, their families,
I
and
don't want to
the-
get to who did what.
Okay,
just the
just a number,
opportunity.
just
Yeah,
an
the op-
outcome.
Yeah, just the opportunities out there. And I want to I think it's Commissioner Hubble, your initiative on this, whatever, I think we kicked the tire that we said, hey, don't have enough air in it. You know, and I think we have our firefighters out there fighting fires. They're not, it's good to know they have that assurance that their family's taken care of, whether they have a child in the hospital or stuff like that. They're not worrying about how to pay a medical bill. They can focus on a fire. And this gives them the opportunity. I got it. Nothing's cheap. Insurance is expensive. But I think it's a
I
good
think we
program.
made it work, though. I think we did give them a
Peace
good
of-
outcome.
Maybe a peace of mind.
Yeah,
So,
I can speak for myself, definitely added faith into my insurance, so thank you for that.
thank you. Roger, input.
I think it's a great benefit for all these staff. That's why I said, I think, the next one is our stipend program that we're gonna be discussing here pretty quick. I want to make sure it's a success, and even if we have to tweak and even if we have to make it work, but it has to be partial, not only to the paid staff, but to all our volunteers. And I think that's why some of the chiefs are here today. They want to see what's going on, see what's really going to be coming up. But the VFIS presentation was, I think, the better one. I think last year we rushed through the last vendor and it was a total mess. And I think this year Tom did a phenomenal job. He explained it correctly, the difference between the PPO and the HMO. And I think everybody's going with the HMO, kind of make it better. But I think it's a great success, and thank you, Commissioner Havalos, for assisting with this.
Thank the Cano team for explaining it to us,
Yeah.
breaking it down to us. So we understand. I'll try, they take credit, they take all the credit when you're not here. Don't, no, they don't. No.
Item number 15 for informational
Yes, please.
purposes only.
Yes, please.
Item number 16, discuss and take action on state and county invites. Invites key leadership for desk side updates and district station tours, submitted by Commissioner Barnes.
Yes, sir. I know in the past, talking to some of the senior leadership out there, we have people like Congresswoman Escobar, Stateman Mary Gonzalez, even Elisa Tamayo, that said, hey, we'd love to come by and see your stations, come by and see who services them in their district, as well as come by and see the district headquarters. And I'd like to, it's more for information, but maybe come up with a plan with the commissioners for invites for these guys, maybe sponsorship, sponsor one. Some commissioners know these guys better than the others, and have them come see the district, come see the great things that our people are doing out here. Go visit a station that's in their district. I know, I think Ms. Gonzalez said she wanted to ride on a fire truck. So tag, you're it. All right. And that's kind of, but it's a great opportunity to see all the great things that we're doing out here, not only at the hero level at the stations, but especially at the district level, where all sometimes it gets overlooked sometimes. It's just a lot of nug work, a lot of quick books and stuff like that, where you don't sometimes get to see what makes the wheel turn. So if there's an opportunity, we'd like to invite these guys out here, not all at once, maybe a luncheon, maybe something we can, I'll chip in, we'll put a luncheon together for them.
About a cookout at Socorro.
Break some bread and.
How about a cookout at Socorro with their grill?
They have the grill.
They have the grill,
They
sir.
have the grill.
They have the grill.
Got to bring Puma back, you know what I'm saying?
They
Grill
cook
master.
good hamburgers, right, sir? Yes,
Hey, does it
sir.
work? There you go.
Like a charm.
So,
I got.
so
the
it might be a great no, it might be a great opportunity to bring some of these guys out here. I'm not trying to shine no shoes, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring them out here and say, hey, we have heroes out here that don't get recognized. We are in Favens. We're far away from the flagpoles per se. But guess what? We're saving lives every day. And I think it's an opportunity to say, hey, let's come out and recognize some of that. So, and some of these guys have been great supporters, and we went down to Capitol. You know what I'm saying? They're great allies down there. And when they really didn't have to be and they were, so it's an opportunity to say thank you back to them. So information only.
Item number 16 for informational purposes only. Item number 17, discuss and take action on approving ladder testing for all fire stations through Structural Technologies, Inc. in the amount of $4,607.80, submitted by Chief Esparza. Commissioners, just a little update on this. We were supposed to have received our ladder testing about 2 months ago. Structural Technologies, which is the company that always services our ladders, didn't have employees. They ran into a problem with not enough employees to cover all the areas. And then now it's being pushed out to, I believe, October. So they ran into a little hiccup with staff. So I think they're back online and they'll be ready for October. This is an annual thing we do. It'll be done in the next fiscal year. I don't foresee a problem with that because either this year, or next year, I don't think it matters. It is a budgeted item under the inspection of the trucks. So just with your favorable consideration, I'd request a motion for
Motion approved.
Second,
a motion by Commissioner Barnes, second by Commissioner Glidden. Commissioner Diaz,
Aye.
Commissioner Barnes,
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos,
Aye.
and Commissioner Glidden.
aye.
Motion carries. Item number 18, discuss and take action on ratifying the purchase of fire prevention supplies for West Valley Fire Department in the amount of $2,020 through Alerdal Corp. Commissioners, as you know, our allotted is $2,000. They went over 20. I did contact Commissioner Santana for the approval since it was $20 just to ratify.
Second,
Have a motion by Commissioner Barnes, second with Commissioner Diaz.
yes.
Commissioner Diaz? Yes.
Aye.
Commissioner Barnes?
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos?
Aye.
Commissioner Glenn?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 17, discuss and take action on ratifying the invoice from Five Star for the backflow replacement at district headquarters in the amount of $7,650. Commissioners, last month, our backflow preventer kind of blew up back there and literally. And it was either 3,500 to try and fix it, but they couldn't guarantee it, or 7,000 to put a brand new one that'll last us another 20 years. I did contact Commissioner Santana, said, go ahead and just ratify it to the next one.
Motion to approve.
Second,
I have a motion by Commissioner Barnes, second by Commissioner Glenn. Commissioner Diaz?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnes? Commissioner Avalos?
Aye.
Commissioner Glenn?
aye.
Motion carries. Item number 20, discuss and take action on purchase of encryption flash upgrade radios for West Valley Fire Department through Motorola Solutions in the amount of $9,782.54, submitted by Chief Esparza. Commissioners, this is the request by Chief Adler. I did put it on there, even though that your item for Commissioner Barnes was already on there. Do you want to table this till we find out?
Table.
Is that till Friday, right?
Still Friday.
Yes. Chief, you go with that? You pass that back?
Have a motion to table this till either next month or Friday when we get the. Have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Diaz, second by Commissioner Barnes. Commissioner Diaz?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnes?
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos?
Aye.
Commissioner Glenn?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 21, discuss and take action on the disposal of all old computers, submitted by Chief Esparza. Commissioners, I have a pallet full of old computers. I'm just seeking permission to dispose of them either by,
Do we
Sell-
donate or what do you do with them?
no, we took out the hard drive, so it's just, we're gonna put them on Gov Deals. They buy them for the gold that's in them.
Motion approved.
Second.
Who was the second? Oh,
We melt them down.
No, I guess. I'll-
I have a motion by Commissioner Avalos, second by Commissioner Barnes. Commissioner Diaz? Commissioner Barnes?
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos?
Aye.
Commissioner Glidden?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 22, discuss and take action on allowing Chief Esparza, Assistant Chief Salcedo, Ms. Navarrete to attend the GFOA Budget Analyst Training Academy. This will include travel, hotel registration fees, and per diem, submitted by Chief Esparza.
Motion.
Second.
Now, who's in charge when you're gone?
I'm sorry?
Definitely a motion, agree with the motion. In your absence and. Chief
This time around will be Lieutenant Medina.
What does it say, Angie?
I have a motion by Commissioner Diaz, second by Commissioner Glidden.
It could be Angie.
Aye.
Commissioner Barnes?
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos?
Aye.
Commissioner Glidden?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 23, discuss and take action on donating some all air packs to the high school fire tech programs submitted by Chief Esparza.
Approve, but how many? Approve, but how many? What's the sum equal to?
Well, it depends. I think the last Del Valle requested 15. It's the old air packs. They're going into, nobody's gonna want to buy those.
We're not gonna use them anywhere.
No.
Motion approved. That's awesome.
Second.
Make sure you spray ESD two all over, or Socorro, or whoever school supports that station.
And this is for all the high schools. Again, Socorro might request some, all the high schools that have the fire tech program.
I'll let Chief Rubio know. He's the American.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right.
I have a motion by Commissioner Barnes, second by Commissioner Avalos. Commissioner Diaz, aye.
Yes.
Commissioner Barnes,
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos,
Aye.
Commissioner Glidden.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 24, discussion take action approving the aluminum face letters at West Valley Fire Department from Innovative Ink and printing in the amount of $4,335.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Barnes, second by Commissioner Glidden. Commissioner Diaz? Commissioner Barnes?
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos?
Aye.
Commissioner Glidden?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 25, discuss and take action on the approval allowing 6 members of the Socorro Fire Department to attend EMS conference in Austin, Texas. Expenses to include travel, per diems, hotels, stays, and training fees. Submitted by Chief Esparza. They did submit an agenda item as they
What's the
do.
cost?
It's going to be different depending on the classes that they're going to take.
No, okay.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Diaz, second by Commissioner Barnes. Commissioner Barnes?
Aye. Sorry.
Commissioner Avalos?
Aye.
Commissioner Glidden?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 26, discuss and take action on the resolution to approve the MOU for chaplain for ESD number 2 submitted by Commissioner Avalos, I'm sorry.
Commissioners, in that manila folder that's in front of you is the letter of agreement between what would be us and the crisis response ministry. If you want to look over it, I don't know if maybe you want to look over it first and then come back next month once you've had time to review it, or if you just want to take look at it now. Unfortunately, Pastor Ozzy, who runs this, he had an emergency to respond to with one of the outfits that he works with here in town, which is why he's not here tonight. But this is the same MOU that they work with Dallas Dart and some other agencies that they are affiliated with. So you can look over it, see if you have any questions. But I think this is a good thing that they work with different police agencies and emergency agencies across the state of Texas. We saw his presentation here. I know Commissioner Barnes asked around about him and he got some good remarks, good things were said about him. So I think this is a good service for our paid and volunteer firefighters. And hopefully, I mean, God willing, they don't have to, but if the need comes, hopefully they'll look if he's approved and use those services for counseling and everything else and for these people to be present to help out in those situations.
Commissioner Avalos, can I request for this to be discussed after executive session?
Sure, of course.
Make a motion.
Do you have a motion?
To after executive?
After executive.
Okay, so do we need to motion for that or we just postpone it?
No, we have to make the motion.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, I don't think we should wait a month. I'll never get done.
A motion by Commissioner Barnes, second by Commissioner Avalos to postpone till after executive session. Executive session, El Paso County ESC number 2 is now entering into closed meeting pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551-071 to consult with district attorney concerning all matters identified on the agenda where the board seeks advice of their attorney as privileged communication. The date is Tuesday, September 19, 2023, and time is 7:36 p.m. El Paso County ESD number 2 has completed its closed meeting. The date is Tuesday, September 19, 2023. Time is 9:07 PM.
Angie, you awake?
Item number 9, discuss and take action on requesting a meeting with 2 commissioners, district leadership, and station chiefs to measure level of readiness to start a stipend program. Update from the district leadership and preparedness and confidence all of those involved to ensure success of the stipend program. Feedback provided by the station leadership and they impact the current policy program status. Submitted by Commissioner Barnes.
Until we can come up with legal guidelines and appropriate procedures that are obtainable as well as sustainable. And we got some good guidance from some stationers, from our lawyer. And from Roger, and hopefully we can, once that's done, it'll push it out to be approved. And we'll get that approved. I think Tenacity got some time on this and do the right thing. I don't want to rush it later. I want to rush to an unsustainable program. So I guess the motion would be, Mike, we want to do a motion to, we can do it over email. We don't have to reconvene. I don't want to hold back another 30 days.
We can do it like, in other words, like,
Once it gets sent out, we can respond via email.
when chief sends it out to us.
Yeah, once Chief Esparza sends out the modified contract, we can get out to the chief right away.
Can that be done, chief?
Yes, sir.
I
See,
don't want to kick it down the road 30 days.
No.
that way we can, yeah.
I don't want to push the car in the street and see it'll start either. I want that thing running in the garage.
Can you clarify the motion, please?
I want to make sure the car. Make a motion to, for Roger to receive from the lawyer a final draft of the SOP to be approved by commissioners via email. I don't think we need to.
You would have to be here in person if there's 3 of you that are gonna approve it. That's a actual quorum. You could appoint the board president and another commissioner, or 2 commissioners, however you want.
Are we coming in on Friday, sir?
We are coming in on Friday.
Can you postpone to Friday? Till, be approved,
You want it on the agenda for Friday?
Yes. And it'll be,
We're gonna make it for 9 AM.
yes. Fine.
Okay.
Well, Adrian gets back in tomorrow, so you want to send him an email?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I will, and I will have to post the agenda tonight just so to make sure that it meets the requirement. We'll have to count the hours. It's gonna be 72 hours.
Good.
Yeah, it's because Angie's gonna need an actual like motion so she can write it out.
Make
'cause I
a
know-
motion to reconvene on Friday to approve the modified.
I think
or-
to make it easier, commissioners, if you just make a motion to suspend it until further notice, till we have the legal opinion.
Fair enough. That's the motion.
Do I have a motion? By Commissioner Barnes? Do I have a second? Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Diaz. Commissioner Diaz? Commissioner Barnes? Commissioner Avalos? Commissioner Glidden?
All right.
Motion carries. Item number 10, discuss and take action on lawyer contract SOP to provide the updates to all commissioners regarding legal opinions on timed basis to be determined. This is to provide commissioners with updates regarding legal matters. Submitted by Commissioner Barnes. have a motion by Commissioner Mars. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Avalos. Commissioner Diaz?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnes? Commissioner Avalos? Commissioner Glenn?
Aye.
Motion carries. I believe that was all of them, right? Oh, deck here. Item number 26. Discuss and take action on the resolution to approve the MOU for chaplain for ESD number 2.
The DART contract, the stipulations of the DART, which the major difference between the one submitted by the CMI team and the DART would be no vehicle from the district and no uniform, that they would have to wear something that provides their name, representing themselves as the crisis management team. And then that would be it. And we can have further discussions about possible gas stipend. But for tonight, I'm asking that we approve the DART MOU, which has those stipulations, and then begin the process of bringing them in and getting that. That's something we can discuss.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Avalos, second by Commissioner Diaz to approve the MOU between DART,
Between
CMI, and using the DART language. Commissioner Diaz,
Aye.
Commissioner Barnes,
We looked at possibility of providing some type of transportation, we definitely be open to that. So.
I think if it gets approved, you can always come back and revisit it.
Close that door. If Pro needs that assistance, you know, repetitively, if we can provide this guy some level of, or to a large crime, to a large scene where that might be the only entrance that vehicle needs. Like today's fire, everything was locked down around Craig Street, nothing was going in.
No.
Except unless you had a, first vehicle. 20 feet away.
Okay, so there has to be a separate motion now because, or a re-motion because he said identical to the other MOU. I think as commissioners, you can always reopen it back and rethink about it and after.
With,
Commissioner Barnes?
with further,
We can just agree on it, we'll come back to real thing.
okay, that's fine.
Great, motion to.
Commissioner Avalos? Commissioner Glenn?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Chief-
Adjournment.
Chief, there is number 11, we didn't finalize. Item 11.
The item number 11?
Yes, sir.
It was motion to be postponed for next meeting,
Oh, okay.
Next month.
Sorry.
number 11
Yeah, I have it as a motion to postpone.
as well, and number 12 as well. And number 13. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Commissioners, as you know, we're going to be out for some training. Can we have the meeting the week before the next meeting or the week after?
It would either be the 10th or anytime you all want,
The 20, well,
or the
no,
24th, the following, the 23rd or 24th.
That's all right with you, commissioners? 24th, okay, we go?
I would suggest the 10th because we're going to push some of these items to the 10th. If it's okay with you all. The items that we're going to look is we're going to look at one on Friday, and if you don't reach an agreement, you don't want to say you don't want to kick it down further. So that's almost a month away. Yes.
I thought we said we were gonna do that one.
Right, but if you all don't reach an agreement on Friday, then you'll,
But then we said, Mr. Barnes, didn't we say that we could do that one via email?
no,
No?
no, because if there's three of you voting on it, there's a quorum. Unless you only approve 2 commissioners to review it and approve it. Or 1.
So are you okay with the tenth, Ms.
Yeah,
Allen?
we need to do the tenth, that's fine.
Just in case. We are good with the 10th?
Yes.
Special meeting on the 10th at 6 PM. Motion? I have a motion by Commissioner Diaz, second by Commissioner Barnes. Commissioner Diaz? Commissioner Barnes? Commissioner Avalos? Commissioner Glenn?
Aye.
Motion carries. Adjournment at 9:18.